Morning, Abotai. During Chodesh Elul, we've been speaking about some of the halachot ben adam lachavero, the halachot that are interpersonal between man and his friend. One of the worst things, as we spoke about yesterday, that a person can do to his friend is gezin, stealing from him, financial impropriety. There are different applications of financial deceit and trickery that a person has to be very careful about. That in his mind, the person may think this is not actual theft, but according to halacha, it is. For instance, if a person is selling something to his friend, selling a house, and you know that a pipe burst, and because of that, there was all sorts of, there was a lot of water damage, and because of that, there's mold. And in order to conceal the mold, you painted it over and you just sold the house. You're selling a car, and you know that there was terrible body damage to the chassis, and now it got, you covered it over, and now you're selling it as is. The halacha is, although I'm not stealing from him, just withholding information, that is considered gnevat mamon. That's considered a form of theft, and depending on the kind of damage, it can also constitute a mekach ta'ut. A person can renege on the sale as a result of that. You have to be very careful. Even in an age where there are appraisers and all sorts of things, nevertheless, a person has to be forthcoming about very, very big things that have to do with the house of the car. I'm not talking about little dings and scratches on the car that everybody can see. We're talking about things that are under the surface. Also, the Gemara and Shulchan Aruch discuss that there are certain forms of trickery or deceit that don't have to do necessarily with money. Gnevat da'at, which is intellectual deceit, which is you take somebody for a ride intellectually when you don't actually mean it. For instance, the Shulchan Aruch brings a case that if you know, let's say somebody's in a rush, and you don't really have in mind to invite him over for a meal or whatever it is, you know he's not going to accept. He's in a rush, he's rushing out. No, come eat, come eat. Like, no, I have to go. Come, please, please, come. That in Persian that's called ta'aruf. That's gnevat da'at isur deoraita. There's an isur deoraita to do that. Nevertheless, the Sma, Sefer Meirat Einaim, writes that if it's just done in a respectful manner, meaning just politely, would you like to come over? You're not pushing, you're not annoying about it. You just say one time respectfully. Over there, since not extending such an invitation can sometimes be considered disrespectful, he says that's not considered gnevat da'at, mikol makom, to be overly pushy about it when you have no intention of following through and you know that the person's not going to accept. You're representing yourself as some gracious person when that's not really your kavanah. That is called gnevat da'at, intellectual deceit. We'll continue Bezat Hashem tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.